Hello, this is Vera. I am here at the Archeological Museum in Heraklion, and this what you see right now is what the Greeks say is a race of peoples. They lived in the Cyclades, and she is usually a woman. So you can see that I think she is around all over the world. She's something to do with the Cycladic figurine, and I believe she is a woman. It seems to be like that. It could be possible. Here is a set of vases of very large pasture. I mean, they're very big. Some of them small, but the large one, they're actually of a very big structure. You can find them somewhere. I see some of them in Peru when I was in Cusco to visit one of, I think it was a monastery, and they have several of these vases displayed. So it's not only here in Greece where they have large vases, but there is found in some part of other in the world. This is this famous Festus disc, and in the middle there is like something like the flower of life, and then it goes around. It looks like almost like a labyrinth. So this labyrinth, I sometimes think about that the flower of life, the middle of it is our solar system, and then around is the labyrinth is where the stars are located around our solar system. We have this one person over here. If I can get it a little bit larger. Over there. There is like a mohawk. He goes around and around and around and around. And we have this, oops, it's kind of unclear. Let me see. Yeah. And there is this kind of like a shape of maybe a cross. I'm sure. And then there's a shape, there's a cross, and then another cross, and then there is this guy with a mohawk who's walk around the entire labyrinth. Very interesting. We still haven't deciphered what this means. Here is a rock made out of obsidian. Also, obsidian was found in Mexico City, outside Mexico City, of the pyramid of Teotihuacan. So I believe obsidian, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's one of the hardest rock. I think it's made out of volcanic ashes, or it turns into very hard rock. And some of the pharaohs at the Museum of Cairo are made out of very hard substrate of could be actually it's volcanic. As we know, it's volcanic stone that is formed by the volcano, and this is obsidian. So where there is many volcanoes around the world that produce obsidian, I believe. I'm not sure. I'm exactly not very sure, but it's made out of obsidian. This is important, and how they worked with it. Here is again these very big vases. I am amazed with the size of these vases. To me they're like, I cannot get over it. How big these things are. We could not lift, I could not lift these things. We would have to be at least 3 or 4 people to do this. I'm almost sure. One person could not do it. Maybe they transported these things, with 3 or 4 people, maybe. But the size of it, I don't believe it was there for contain water or go, to fish for octopus. I have my doubt about that. These are the cauldrons. They are made for big banquets. So I could see that, made for big banquets. Let me see what it says over here. It says it's made out of bronze and is to prepare a large quantity of food. So yes, I can see that. I can see that is cauldron for making banquets. Now this is the painting that the Minoan are famous for, is the dancing of the bull. I believe it was like to me it reminds me of the rodeo, because it's this one guy who holds the horns, and the guy is up there, he's about to be thrown off from the bull, and this one guy is probably there to make sure that he doesn't get hurt. Yeah, to me it's, looks like a rodeo. It's like a it's not. Yeah, I think to me that looks like a rodeo. And here are the famous axes. They are in a very large size. I don't think that a person can pick them up and walk around with it. Actually, one of the German archaeologists was saying that these are like radar system or a antenna or radar system. It reminds me, reminds me of the, in the Bible, John the Baptist with his axe who was about to cut down a tree. I think he never cut down a tree with an axe on the Jordan River. Maybe it was on the Jordan River, but he didn't cut down something. It's like a radar system, and I just saw what was it on YouTube? There was a program by a black journalist where he was saying that Nikola Tesla had some kind of technology to shut down UFO from the sky, and that the government was after it. But anyway, that is one. But there's another thing that's very interesting on January the 6th in 2021, when that was about the invasion of the Capitol Hill. Remember the guy who had a buffalo costume on? It looks like a buffalo costume on. And when he go in there, they took a picture of him, and on his body there was an axe. There was an axe on it. It was like it was a tattoo of an axe, and it looks like just like this. It might not have nothing to do with it, but it made me think about what was the axe for. Was the axe something of a technology to throw down people from the sky? Because he was saying in the Bible that John the Baptist cut down the tree, and there was three entities who were saying how to be forgiven, something like that. You have to read the chapter about John the Baptist, with the axe on the River Jordan. Yes, it's kind of very interesting. And this is the horns that you can, when you go to one of the archaeological museum in Heraklion. You would see those horns over there, and I believe it has nothing to do with the Pleiadian or with I think it has to do with Ursa Major. Yeah, I think it has to do with Ursa Major. Here are those famous axes. They come all in shape and sizes. I mean, there are largest one and there are small ones. And here is all these little axes. So maybe these were maybe a copy. People's copy these, but in reality, they was meant for a certain technology. Which has a radar or high Wi-Fi could be too, very advanced, and this is maybe just was a copy that what they could remember. Some more axes. Come in small sizes, so they're very important to the Minoan civilization. So who were the Minoan? Some more horns representing the Big Dipper. Remember, Dionysus was born out of the size of Zeus. It's the bigger is the thigh. Yeah, the thigh is like a bull thigh. Yeah, bull thigh right there. Again, the bull, not to be confused with the Pleiadian. Another bull here again. Here is the goddess of is the goddess here of Knossos. That's very important. She has two snakes in her hands, and on top of there is a bird. Yes, and she has these very big boobs. That reminds me the one when you go to India, where all these women have these very big boobs. And I don't know, I cannot really see what those two birds are. Okay, here's something very important over here. It's a very large vase, and inside of the vase is a skeleton. So this could be referred that it was like mummification, and to put a person in a big vase. So that might not be to transport water or to catch octopus. And I see something like that, the same thing like that in Peru, where they had put money in a sort of a vase. So that's why we see those vases in Peru as well. So these vases was not something, basically it was to put basically their loved ones, or some kind of burial site. I'm not sure, but here it tells you what they found in the big vases. There was a skeleton in there. So that's the way that they was burying or was doing with their deads. So that explains why some of the vases are very big. Here is a helmet made out of a boar's teeth, and whoever wore a helmet with boar's teeth was of high-ranking statue. So there is a passage in the Bible with Jesus throwing the dead into a herd of swine. So there might be a veiled story behind it. So we don't know. So it's interesting, that whoever wore boar's teeth helmet was of high-ranking stature. So that would tell me that there was some kind of conflict between Jesus and whoever was there that came out of a coffin. So who knows? Here the peoples are venerating. They are praying to something, maybe to the sun, I would think. I mean, that's my suggestion. I'm really not sure. Here these are looking like chests. This one over here look like, remind me of a ship. And then with lots of birds. But I like this one. This one looks like it has the axes, and some of these like radar system, like waves, like some kind of Wi-Fi. I mean, doesn't look so to me. And over here you can see the axis on the bottom, and then it has like some kind of Wi-Fi system. So whoever was painting those chests was trying to tell us what these axes was for. So this was like a Wi-Fi. See over here? And with those Wi-Fi or whatever these technology could is knock down someone from the sky. Yeah, which that reminds me of the part of John the Baptist on the Jordan River. Of course, the Jordan River is aligned with Eridanus, the river. The river. Yes, it's very amazing. again, we have like in the middle has like a, like an eye. Has like an eye to like the ocean eye. A radar technology, and could be that maybe the pyramid was the same thing. I think it's amazing. I love this chest. It tells so much. It tells so much. I mean, whoever just draw this, oh my God, they knew something. They was telling us something. It's like almost like a loudspeaker, or maybe like loudspeaker, or a like a radar system that goes sideways, that go up to scan the skies. Yes, scanning the skies. Here is a procession of giving gifts to the gods. Again, we have this this antenna. And here we again have these flowers. And then waves. Not waves from the water, but maybe waves, who knows where. Again, a chest with lots of waves. That had nothing to do with flowers, but has to do with some kind of technology that this person was trying to tell us. Again, phases with waves in it. So maybe this was a battery or something. It reminds me of the battery of Baghdad. Yeah. These was maybe big ones. Of course, we found a skeleton in there, but maybe that was just done by people who forgot what the real thing was about. This was the king of North-South. I don't know. That was when the Minotaur, but the Minotaur, we know it's really not a bull. We know that it represents a star constellation, the Ursa Major, and he wears feathers with peacock. Again, the peacock may be a representative of a certain antenna, what you also can find in India, because in India the peacock is a national bird, but it probably has something else that means a different purpose. This is like sort of a sphinx, like with wings tied to a pole, with a tail of a dog. I don't know. Again, they venerated the bull, representing their home constellation. The three ladies, they looks like all the same, like they are triplets. It looks all the same. You see what they say over there? Ladies in blue are the composition of richly dressed and lavishly jeweled female figures depicted against a blue ground. The coiffure adorned was restored based on a similar fresco fragmented. And despite this fragmentary condition, the wall painted transits the sense of opulence and prosperity of the royal court until reflecting the coquetry of the ladies, who gesture with their hands, displaying the richness of their jewelry in Knossos Palace. This is the dolphin, representing consciousness, very important. Here we are in the woman section. This is very woman. And this big statue over here is made for, who is it? Hadrian. This was Hadrian. And on top of here is like a gargoyle. And on the bottom is like, yes, that's the emblem of Rome. It's not a dog, a female dog, a she-dog or she-dog, I'm not really sure, and two suckling. Let me see. Yes. Remus and Remulus, which is the Remus and Remulus is a creation story of the Romans. So, and they're suckling on a she-wolf. So, I mean, most likely probably represents Sirius, the dog star. So we talk about a different constellation. And this man over here wears a toga. And if you reverse the word toga, you have goat. And so this is a story in I think is where Abraham killed a goat instead of Isaac. So maybe the story is something different, because there was lots of assassination going on during the Roman Empire. Yeah. So maybe it was a Roman general that was killed. Could be possible. Here is a huge sarcophagus, and it's like two heads with wings. But of course we know that in Egypt the sarcophagus was something totally different. Yes, it represented certain technology, so it was not to just bury someone in there. And I would think this is the same thing. It's like very huge. I think it was meant for something different. Again, on the top again you have the waves again. So basically it could be that it has something to do with technology, with the waves you see over there. So it must be something different. And here you have the bull on each side. And something that flies away, and a little boy saw something that flies away. So it must be something totally different. We just kind of like right now we, because we have certain technology that we use, we start to kind of figure out what they was trying to tell us. This looked like it is supposed to be a woman. She looks like very Egyptian, like she has the headdress of a pharaoh or Egyptian. That looks very Egyptian, and he looks very African. And who is he? He is upper body or Daedalic statue of a mermaid. Daedalic. We know, we have to go back upstairs. Something that I missed with Daedalus. Okay. And here you have again two ladies. They look very African. They have dreadlocks. And they have like something they're carrying like a headdress. So very of African influence, because Crete is not very far from Egypt. It's very close. We're only 180 miles away from Africa. This is a representation of what my Icarus looked like, or what was his purpose, or what he represented with his wings. And probably he was not here. He has wings, but wings mean somebody who could travel in space. There is Daedalus and Pasiphae. There is Daedalus and Icarus, I think. It doesn't really say, but it tells us that back then, whoever has wings travel in space. Yes. Here. Very interesting. This is an interesting museum. Werner von Braun, with his missile up there. So this is space right there. Yeah. Yeah, very interesting. I use vases with waves on it. So basically the waves probably was a battery or some kind of function that had to do with the sky. Zeus representing the eagle. This also represents Aquila, which is a constellation up in the northern skies. And Aquila represents Rome. This looks like a alphabet, which is derived from the Phoenician that who used the alphabet to for their writing system. And I believe Paul used it too. Here that looks like a cattle ranch. That's the emblem where they came from. This looks like Hercules and a lion. And two beings that look like they are Mesopotamian. They have these beards and these waves hair and peoples with wings, so meaning they come from the sky. There was space traveler. Here we have a vase with the money system. So vases may represent wealth. That is because it comes out of the vase. So we don't know exactly what the vase represents, but to me it seemed to be like it was something of wealth. Here we go, see more. A vase with money, and we have important figures on these coins. We have this one here. It's with the swastika cross, and that represents Ursa Major. So that represents their home constellation. So, and it has to do with money, so with well-being. So, yes. So it's the swastika represents Ursa Major, a constellation. Took me a long time to figure this out until I came over here. And here we have the measurement. We have a bag 24, bag 48, bag 72, bag 144, bag 288. 288 represents the Milky Way galaxy. So there was some exchange going on in the galaxies. So there was money exchange going on in the galaxy. The 144 is the 12th constellation. The 12th constellation, the 12 Jesus, 12 apostles. 72 is 3 days. Represents 3 days. And 48, and then there is, so it has something to do with exchange going on. The weight system. A weight system. There was probably exchange going on in the stars, between our solar system and the stars. Here we have a man with a axe and a money bag. So who knows? This is a mosaic, mosaic with a peacock in the middle, and the 4 seasons. And a humongous vase again, representing wealth or something to do with waves. Some maybe have a dead body in it. It's hard to figure out what this is, but only a giant could carry this. This looks like it would represent the lovers. I would think so. Romantic. So I read one of those things that many of those vases, the smaller ones, of course, you can see the smaller ones are where there is for a cremation, not interment anymore. So that could be what they was using for, but they maybe had forgotten what the original vase was for, or they just copied what they remembered. These are headstones over here. Some are headstones of certain people. There we go. We have an axe over here, an axe with 2 swastika cross. So this is something telling me with that the axe and the technology came from Ursa Major, as well as they have the Star of David, which probably represented something different too. And we have forgotten the technology and we has worshipped them as relics. But it was actually something of where we came from and the technology we once knew, and we have totally forgotten about it, and we now seeing it for something totally different. Yeah. Here is like a tree representing Zeus and Europa, but we already know that Europa is a moon that is situated close to Saturn, so it's one of the moons of Saturn. So basically it has nothing to do with the continent of Europe, but the moon Europa, and that he probably was living on the moon Europa, and where all probably some of the civilization came from there down to here. I mean, that's what I think. I'm not really sure. Okay, this is like a drawing. This is a painting of how Knossos used to be in the days of prosperity. But I think that Knossos go much more further than what we've been told. A very, very ultra ancient civilization that is connected with Peru, with India, with North America, with Africa. Yes, I believe it's like it's connected with a world civilization. Okay, so this is Vera. Thank you for listening to my video. I just kind of pointed out that what seemed important to me, what I understand. But anyway, thank you for watching my video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.